From the East Brunswick Jewish Center, I'm Rabbi Jeff Pivo. My favorite Jewish Messiah joke, my only Jewish Messiah joke, goes like this. Coming back from a long day of trading in the big town, a village's Jewish men come home in the evening to find the village beggar sitting on the edge of the road. They say, "Moshe, what are you doing out here?" And he tells them, "Well, the rabbi has assigned me the job of village watchman. I sit here at the edge of the village, and when the Messiah comes, I ring this bell." "What kind of a job is that?" they ask him. "Well," he says, "the pay is not so good, but it's steady work." I mention this as we approach Parshat Tzav this week because the Jewish word for Messiah, Mashiach, is anointed one, not as we often translate it, Messiah. In Parshat Tzav, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, is anointed with oil as a symbol of his office and his responsibilities. Later, in the period of the monarchy, it was the king of Israel who was so anointed. Biblical and rabbinic Judaism understood the pouring of oil over a leader's head as a sign of his appointment by God as religious or military leader. During the first century, the idea of a future Messiah figure gained ground among Jews popularly, probably in response to the terrible events surrounding the destruction of the temple and Roman occupation. The Messiah took on aspects of being a national savior, a person who would reconstitute the Jewish people in Israel and defeat their enemies, and, as we note, not as a deity. Over the centuries, the absence of a true Messiah, a true deliverer, an anointed one, became part and parcel of how Jews internalized the idea of the ultimate redemption. The Messiah for Jews is almost always just out of reach, constantly and sometimes fervently prayed for, but with a hope tempered by realism. As Jews, we need the idea of a Messiah as much as we always have, but we know that until such a leader appears, we must do the heavy lifting of creating a world of righteousness, bringing the time of the true Messiah closer through our actions, even in the absence of the Messiah, the Anointed One himself. A Shabbat Shalom from all of us at the East Brunswick Jewish Center.